It's been quite the morning here at Get 'em Onside headquarters. A bit of office politics at play. I love coming in here, Sean Ormerod, and just sort of sending a cat amongst the pigeons. And Hammy's here and Sammy's here, and we like them both, but you just like just saying things. I got him off the bit, Joel Kane.
We know you like doing that. He likes doing it, doesn't he, Sugar?
Mate, it was all peaceful, and then all of a sudden,
he's not used to
Hurricane Ganane turns up.
There's something
Hurricane.
There's something novel about the idea about the office, isn't there?
Well, I just said, and I thanked Hammy for all his help. We like Hammy. I thanked Hammy for all his help.
Not like him, we love you, Hammy.
On Matty Johns giving us the plugs, but I said, don't.
That was passive-aggressive, by the way. So you said, oh, Hammy, love your work, mate, plugging us on the show, which is code for...
It wasn't passive. That was a direct thank you for... I was thanking him for helping us.
Okay.
There's nothing passive-aggressive.
Okay.
But, my theory in life, if you're going to say something behind someone's back, not that being on air is behind someone's back, you got to say it to their face. So I said, Hammy, you got to stop stealing Joel's tips. No more Tom Dearden State of Origin.
He's obsessed with this. You're obsessed.
Did I not say this?
I know.
Yeah, I was
Okay, very good.
I'm a non-conflict person, folks. I'm happy. Steal away. That's what we have these shows for.
Anyway.
When is it your time, Joel?
When's it my turn?
When's it your time?
My turn.
And then Joel was complaining about his life. Just various aspects of it. And then what was the title of his book?
When's it Joel's turn?
When's it Joel's turn?
And the Cheshire cat over here. Yeah. I don't know what he's grinning about. I don't know if he...
Life's good.
He just mops it all up.
I reckon he had a good night last night. That's all I'm saying. The King sort of front and centre now, and probably not much time.
He was in Sportsbet HQ yesterday. The King. He missed him. Little Georgie. Yeah, he missed him. Anyway. Yeah.
Anyway,
I'll see him in his 18th, the way I'm going.
You seem a bit stressed, Joel. Is
I'm not stressed.
Okay?
No, I'm not stressed at all because round 24 is my favourite round of the year.
Is it?
Because I reckon round 24 is when you pass the post-origin lull and we're starting to get a bit fair nicking.
Didn't we declare that 2 weeks ago, though? Maybe
it's round 24.
We went too early, didn't we?
I think it's round 24.
The run, I was thinking about this, the run... Well, it's only around 24 this time because we've got really good games this week, and it feels like we're in. Can we say the home turn or is it the back turn?
No, home turn.
Home turn, and now it's the 8-week sprint because someone's going to get hot in these 4 weeks. Someone always gets hot in October.
The Roosters scream of hotness.
Yes.
Who else screams of hotness?
Well, Penrith are red hot right now.
Yes, but from the bleachers, like.
There's a few in the freezer. Wars in the freezer.
Yeah.
I reckon, we'll talk about that later.
Finns, freezer-ish maybe, with injuries.
Yeah. All right, okay, yeah.
Can't win the comp, got beat by 60. What a stupid stat.
Why does that annoy you so much?
Because it's so dumb. Like, it's just so stupid.
But it's accurate.
I don't think
Let people have their fun.
Hey, I don't think we saw the tweet.
I'm actually cheering on now a team to get lapped by 50, and I kind of think it's already happened. So... the Bulldogs in 2004 were beaten by 42. That would, in these days' currency, that would be 50 plus.
Newcastle conceded 49 in 2001.
Oh, so there's a 49.
There's a 49.
So we've had two examples just about of it.
Well, that's not 50.
Yeah, I know.
And then I thought I'm going to be the clever one. Dolphins 60 has a team I bet a team that has conceded 60 has never won a final. Wrong. It's happened often. 2019, really? Parramatta did it. Parramatta conceded 60 and then beat Brisbane. I think that was the year they beat them 58-0 in the semi-final. Anyway, let's talk about something we can try and make some money on, and that is NRL Top Tryscorer, because this has been a great go all season. And we look here at the Hammer, who has gone a bit quiet, much like the Dolphins. 17 tries, $3.20. Coates, Nwanganita-Waze and Sloan are all on 16.
Sloan just crept up.
Yeah.
I reckon we might have tipped him in the previews at a massive price.
Was that last year? You've done it.
Yeah, because you thought he might be a winger. My man in this race is Daniel Tupou. He's $11. He's only 2 off the lead. But there's a stack of players behind that as well. So again, like the Premiership, someone could get very, very hot here.
See on that graphic there, so we've got a fullback, we've got a couple of left players, and we've got a couple of right players, Sugar.
Yes.
And you've uncovered some numbers around where the tries are being scored.
Okay, so where are tries being scored? This is not just 2025, this is for life. And this, to me, says It's a problem for people coaching against this. Like, you can't have this turn up every year. It should be parity, in my opinion. If everyone's coaching correctly, it should be parity. The Penrith Panthers, surprise, surprise, they have the most balance when it comes to this type of ledger. Yes, we grow up, we're better right to left. But it's wrong. It shouldn't be these numbers every year. If it's these numbers every year, shouldn't we be doing more as coaches to push them over, to get it to parity?
The only logical argument is the passing, the more right.
But it happens every year.
That's what I'm saying. So the only reason for it must be that there's more right-handed, right-footed players. Passing right to left is easier. That can.
So you can't. You therefore cannot logically
can't match up evenly. No.
Evenly, you cannot do that. Even if it's a half a player, you can't do that. Thoughts?
Well, he's right. It is passing right to left must be much easier.
Of course, I understand that.
So look at Latrell Mitchell. Now, if he moved to the right side, he'd probably be effective, but not nearly as effective. And I'm only using him as one of many, many examples. Cody Walker.
Yeah, I get that. I understand all that logic, but so therefore, if we know that,
well, how are you going to do? You can't have one extra defender.
No, but Penrith clearly are conceding more on their left. So therefore, they're not 50-50 on each side. They might be 46%, 54, right? So they know that is the hot spot.
Yeah.
They are a balanced side for conceding tries. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But
the competition forever has skewed that way. But yet the Panthers seem to have worked it out, and they have gone clearly.
Don't they just have the best individuals? Like when I say individuals that play to their system, i.e. when the side shifts a little bit to the right, all 13 players or all 11 players in the defensive line. Don't tries come when individuals generally make errors.
But if year after year, your team every year concedes far more on your right versus their left than the other sides, surely
because
it's on you.
being attacked the most.
Well,
because it's being attacked the most.
Yeah.
Now, I know what you're saying, so defended better. Put your best defenders there.
And put more there. Concede more. Like instead of marking up, maybe you mark up 4 and 5 because you know the threats on the other side.
Dangle the carrot over there, make it go the way. If they want to go right, they can go right. Hey, so can I take us to the air for this one? What do you got for us?
Well, I was going to say, so I'm looking here. You brought up an interesting point. Hammer, fullback, so everywhere. Nwanganutawaze's right wing.
Yep.
Sloan is right wing. Coates and Tupou left wing. Tolu Kola left edge. He's on 14. Alex Johnston left edge. It's just interesting. Sloan a right winger and Nwanganutawaze a right winger, but I think we're all going to gravitate to the Tupous and the Coates.
Sorry, Sean, if you go through history, left winger dominates.
Yeah, and that's what
dominates.
And
on Hammer there as well, I'd hazard a guess as saying that all the line breaks that he scores off the back of are on the other side, the left-hand side of the field as well. Yeah. Let's go to the air. I want to go to the frequent flyers of the competition, Joel, because all the chat this week has been around the interpretation. Is now tackling a player in the in goal just an automatic penalty try? So what I've done, I've broken down most aerial tries. Now, these aren't if you've just caught the ball 5 metres out and had a bit of work to do. This is you actually catching the ball in a contest in the in goal. All you have to do is turn around and put the ball down. Daniel Tupou leads the comp, 5 tries. Xavier Coates, all these are probably not surprising. But Kane Bradley, if I'm Craig Bellamy, and we need to see how the rule sort of plays out this week, because I think we might see a little correction. If I'm Craig Bellamy, are you not whacking Kane Bradley on a right wing and just putting up every attacking play? You go to the air, you put it anywhere in the in goal, he's plucking it, just like Coates is, and it's an automatic try.
We're seeing this where we haven't seen before, where like Harry Grant's got the ball 5 metres in from the, let's call it the eastern touchline. He goes to Munster, and Munster, he's kicking the ball back.
Goes back that way.
Going back.
Yeah.
Which is not good. Good for Melbourne. They're exploiting, I mean, they've got an aerial advantage. You'd be mad not to try it. But it's not exactly great rugby league, is it?
No.
I don't love it. But
the NRL is going to force coaches into doing it.
100%. It's not Melbourne's fault. They are exploiting.
We're going to see a correction, though, aren't we?
But that's why field position is so important against these teams. You can't have them having shots on goal with that play.
Yeah.
So who have we got in the try scorer? So on my feed, it's Daniel Tupou at $11. Is there someone you particularly...
On my feed, I think it's about $8 or $10. Coates.
Yeah,
yes.
There. Yep.
Well, mind you, I like Tupou. I do like Tupou.
Well, they got games again. Why I like him, he's always an option, as you just talked about. Sam Walker, or Hugo Savala. If Hugo Savala kicks it towards Tupou, you'd want to be on Tupou. because it's so accurate. But also they've got games against South and Parramatta to come.
Yep.
So there could be some big bags. Interesting terminology. Sunday night, 8:55. 8:55 is when we return with our review.
How's it going Sunday night show, Dan? Numbers good?
I didn't look this week. I'd assume so.
Let's just say they are.
The numbers are because the money's in my bank account. So the money, that's the only number I care about. I don't know about you.
When's it my turn?
3 absolute blockbusters this week, and it starts with Penrith and Melbourne. Thursday, Combank, Penrith warm favourites. The line, 4.5. I don't think we'd see a Melbourne Storm game giving 4.5, or getting 4.5, I should say. No Pappenhausen, no Jerome Hughes, obviously. Marion Seve, I hope he wears the glasses.
Yeah, what about that?
The Kareem Abdul-Jabbar style glasses.
He'll wear them.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously been cleared from a safety perspective, but how is it safe? Is it if there's a head clash there?
They'd be plastic though, wouldn't they? It's not glass.
That's doing damage to someone else's bonds.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not worried about him.
No, but they're smooth.
Oh, you're
they're
not?
round.
No, I'm not worried about
This week's baby, is it?
Marion.
Who has he whacked in the last few weeks? He hasn't missed. A family member. There was a family member.
The Irvine family.
The Irvine family.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, Peter Irvine. And now
Starting to heat up again, that try tally. So they'll be in the papers this
he
week.
could get that this week, Alex Johnston. But anyway,
He actually could.
no, Isaiah. We keep forgetting Isaiah Yeo out for Penrith there. Red hot, 9 in a row, conceding 12 points a game in that run. Jesse McLean's on a nice little try-scoring. Jesse McLean. Also, Casey McLean's on a nice try-scoring tear, 6 in the last 4. Hard to remember, but Melbourne beat Penrith 30-24 in round 3. That was so long ago. Nathan Cleary got concussed in the first 7 minutes. I think that game counts for naught. Sean Ormerod, where are we going here?
I don't think this market has moved just enough. So at the start of the week, it was $1.85. Actually, when we did our Sunday show, we had a look at the future forecast. It might have been $1.85 or $1.86 sugar. Firmed up to $1.80, and then we found out that Pappy is not on the team sheet. Is this still the calf that we're worried about?
No, it was concussion related, wasn't it?
Right, okay. So he sits out. And I don't think with the compounding out of Jerome Hughes still, and now Pappenhausen, I think the Panthers should be shorter than what they are, which I never really thought I'd be with them, -4.5 in a Panthers v Melbourne game, as Sugar was, and I know what you were doing, you were feverishly counting how many Panthers defenders were on each side of the post.
Yes, I was. And what I was doing actually was how times change and the evolution of a player, right? So that particular game, what round, Dan?
3.
So for the podcast listeners, you wouldn't have seen this. You can catch up on YouTube and, of course, KO. In this particular game in round 3, you had Jenkins, jersey number 22. You had Casey McLean, jersey number 24. You had Blaze Talangi, jersey number 18. Those numbers have significantly changed since that time. All 3 players, all on the left for the Panthers, they've come a long, long way. So that's and with them coming a long, long way, so too have the Penny Panthers.
You rattling off those numbers. Can I have a bingo? So you got Joel's bingo, Sugar's bingo, which is, what is it? Any 1 to 13, any. That's
the
one
jersey
of them.
bingo.
The jersey bingo. I don't know the maths of it. I want to have a jersey bingo, but they add up.
Yeah.
They add up to 1,000 or something for a particular weekend. 1,000 might be too many. Anyway, that's
a great market idea. I've got an idea for that.
Stream of conscious there, but that's
like jersey number spread betting. Used to be big in the early days of punting.
I did that spread betting
in the
early days.
Do you have a stop loss on there?
Only took one big beat. And that was the end of that. Anyway, Penrith, I think this game means more to Penrith than Melbourne. Melbourne, the only game that matters for them is Canterbury.
More?
Yes, it does, and I'll tell you why. Melbourne has a better for and against than Canterbury, which means when Melbourne takes on Canterbury in round 25, all Melbourne has to do is win that game.
Top 2.
And they will have second place. Now, obviously 2 rounds after that, but that's the one for Melbourne. To me, they're setting themselves for that. If the fact that Pappenhausen is out, didn't have to be out, it is concussion related.
Okay.
So I can see Melbourne win. Melbourne want to win this. Penrith need to win this.
Okay.
Penrith need to finish in the 4.
Let me show you this, and I think it may kind of tie into what Dan wants to do for his flair. This is the last 10 games. Now, this is the losing team's points scored. It does look like a tennis match, right? There's a lot of 6s and 0s. There's an occasional 14, a 22 and a 24. Cleary got injured in the last game, right? So recently there has been a 24, but mostly the losing team has been completely strangled. So I think there is an option there. So the Melbourne Storm, 6-6, 14, 6-4, 6. And when Penrith win, they absolutely strangle them.
Yes.
So I'd be looking, if you like Penrith, instead of the $1.55, you can get about $3.54 Storm
like
10 or less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Penrith, well, we know about their defence. Melbourne's defence actually hasn't been bad either. Their defence was fantastic against Brisbane, albeit I know it was affected. But 2 against them, 10 against Parramatta. They conceded a lot against the Roosters. I could go down the list. It's their attack is their star, but I have gone my flair. Weather in Sydney. I think CommBank is the worst ground in Sydney when it rains in terms of points. It is the most affected, so neither to 20. I tell you what you do. Uncle Dan's going to give you a little tip for the sports bet algorithm. That's an option. Also, same game multi, alternate under 19.5 Penrith, alternate under 9.5 Melbourne. Just see what the odds are. Might be the same. Might get something a little bit better.
Oh, don't teach them, tricks like that, Dan.
I'm here for the punter. You know that.
Okay.
I'm here for the punter. I'm just saying, sometimes you can get 5 cents here or there. I'd rather the 5 cents in my pocket.
The 5 cents, that tennis reference threw you, didn't it? The old, the low scores.
I like
there.
that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
You've got anything? No, that's it. That's the end of that game. Your tip, Penrith?
Penrith.
Panthers.
He thinks they're close to morals.
Don't give away.
dare say that.
Don't give away what I say off air, Shook.
If they beat Melbourne and then Canberra, will you finally relent and make them? Because I think you control the market. Will you finally make them premiership favourites? If they can handle the next 8 days, Penrith, are they the premiership favourites?
I don't think I'll have to do anything to the market. The market will determine that. They probably will be.
Here's how outrageous Penrith's run is. If they win this week and then beat Canberra and Mudgee, Warriors are stumbling in a manner where Penrith could actually get to round 27 and could rest everyone.
Yeah.
Isn't it unbelievable?
They know they're in Sydney.
They know they're stuck in 4th.
Yes.
That's what I mean. They'll know they'll be 3 points clear.
Yeah.
They get to rest everyone.
I'm not going to mention it.
Don't, Sugar.
I'm not going to but you should. How can you not pick who you play? It's ridiculous. Sorry. Again, I'll keep saying that, folks. It's so ridiculous. There's no downside to doing it.
That is... This is the last crack you get at it, because that's 3 or 4 shows in a row.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
That was your
It's
turn.
okay. Warriors, when
there
will
was a
it be
voice
my
saying
turn?
there.
So
For your
that's
context, there
turn.
was a voice saying, don't do it. But the other voice was a bit louder.
Warriors versus Dragons. Same odds, or very similar odds to the previous game, and therefore about $1.50 the home side, $1.52 in this case. The line 5.5 though. Now, Warriors, no Tamati Martin. Tanner Boyd comes back. There was some noise. Were you part of this noise making to get Jet Cleary in this team, Joel, for the Warriors? I noticed a lot
I've
of...
never seen the kid play.
No.
But I was part of the noise.
Of course you were. Dragons. Sully out, Fiona in. I've got to say, Buchanan looked like a proper footballer, Joel. One game into his first grade career. Let's not go nuts. Something's happening at the Dragons. You're sort of forgiven for thinking it's a bit Dad's Army, Gutherson, Holmes, Cook. What are they doing? Is that a coach that's just trying to eke out wins to keep his job? But then you start to see the Dylan Egans and the Hamish Stewarts and the Hayden Buchanans and the Truck. By the way, that kid, Alan Gahu, he doesn't like the name The Truck because he was a big boy and related to that. And now he's lean, he's fit. Truck is a great nickname.
Yeah, you got to.
Don't run it as top. That is automatically top 5 nickname in the NRL, and I can't think of the other 4. To be called the Truck is a great nickname.
Don't think about a yellow truck, right? So the moment I say that, all you're thinking about right now is a yellow truck. When he said, don't call me Truck, don't like the nickname Truck, you have just signed a lifetime contract for the nickname Truck. That'll be his nickname for the rest of his life.
But it's a good nickname.
I know, but when you tell people this is...
Oh, when you ask people, don't
do it.
Yeah,
well, then that's like it's bees to a honey pot.
Yes.
I'll tell you what's bees to a honey pot, and it's a concern for the Warriors, massive concern for Coach Webster, this right-hand side, and he's been juggling things around. He's had Capewell there, he's pushed Pompey over there, he's got chance with Coxhead there. Their right-hand side down is a massive problem. Kickout goes over there, and again, here they come, Jethro Toll in the corner, boom, he scores. And I love what they did here, Critter off a scrum. They know it's an obvious target, he goes there, shrugs away a couple with scant regard. It's a massive, massive problem. But in saying all that, can I take you to Flairville?
Oh, please.
Oh, my God.
Take me there, Shug.
My God.
This is the time. They've got one last yelp, right? So you think about the Dragons. They have had so many broken hearts. They've been pushing good sides. Then finally, a major scalp in a local derby. The coach formerly coached the Sharkies. I reckon it's a letdown here. It's Holiday Road. It is a team out of the mix, taking on the Warriors, and I think they're going to win big.
There was
well,
enough excuses last week for the Warriors. The conditions were one of them. I know you speak about horses for courses. And when you see conditions like that, you've got to play like Tane to a Picky playing fullback. That doesn't suit.
No.
Putting Chance in the centre. So that's a Chance fullback game every day of the week. Where
Every
he's
day.
trucking the ball back.
Yep.
There's a truck name. It's tricky because the Wars, they're a hard team to get a read on at the moment, but I think at home this is very suitable if the conditions suit.
Yep.
I don't want weather to bring the Dragons in the game. You want Tua Picky, nice, clean ball. I think they can break down the Dragons' defence.
You people have good hearts.
Forgiving hearts.
Forgiving hearts. Saints head-to-head is the bet of the week. But anyway, head-to-head. But I think Warriors will win. But right now, I don't think the Warriors should be $1.50 against anyone right now. They're in a bit of a hole, but they are at home and they have to win. So we've dealt with one great game. Here's great game. This might be the best of the lot, actually. Great game number 2, Friday, 8 p.m. Now, remember they played earlier this year. The Roosters should have won, but it was another inspiring Canterbury comeback. But the Roosters had them on toast. And the line is very tight. The head-to-head is very tight. Canterbury are slight favourites. It's at Allianz, first of 3 games. It's funny, when it rains, it pours. Allianz, we don't have enough games there. All of a sudden, we got 3 on the one weekend. I see the Roosters have gone for a bit of size. They've brought Blake Steep back, although they've still got the Watson-Yoelu combination there. Very impressive against Dolphins. I know there's a lot of talk about Spencer Leniu. But when he's got the crazy eyes, he's going to get sent to the sin bin and probably get suspended. But you know what? He's going to emasculate the opposition. You know what? That's what Gerald Roy-Hargreaves did. That's what Adrian Morley did. And those two seem to be a fair positive for the Sydney Roosters.
This is a great game. Like we've got a great start for this round, and led by the Melbourne Storm and the Panthers, of course. But this game here, and it's one of those games where if you went through the team list, and you said, okay, it doesn't work out like this, we know, but which fullback would make it? Roosters would almost come out on top on a man-for-man basis. Would you say that, Dan? You've got the team sheets in front of you.
I really like the Roosters. I think Canterbury's going to win this game, but the Roosters team...
In a composite team, they'd be well represented, the Roosters,
Is this their best team? I'm looking at Radley's in there. Nat Butcher's not there. But
Siwa Wong is
out concussed.
Outside of that, though, they are full strength. And timing's everything in life, but certainly in rugby league, they are making their tilt with a fit squad at the exact right time.
Okay, let me ask you this. Like, it feels like a gettable comp. It feels like a vulnerable comp. Could they win the comp? Is there a world in which they win it?
I'm going to say no, and I'll tell you why.
Right.
The game against Cronulla is the problem I have with the Roosters. So when the Roosters look good, they look great.
Yeah,
but then every now and then, they have a big game like this, and we think, well, here we go. Now they're going to... And they absolutely turned up their toes against Cronulla.
It was the halves combo on that occasion. That it wasn't Savella.
That was Townsend.
And it wasn't Sam Walker. That's a significant upgrade, those two. And
what about the back five? Just like we talk about their pack. Look at that back five. Tedesco, Tupu, Billy Smith, Bobby Toyer, Nwanga Nawazi. All those 5 could slot into a Kangaroos team without any problem.
They can't still beat top 4 teams.
Why can't they?
No, I'm saying statistically
Yeah,
they
but
haven't
why?
been able to.
But why can't they?
I don't know. I'm not your shrink. Nwanganita-Waze's one to try was against the Bulldogs. He's a contender. He can't win Rookie of the Year, but he can win Top Tryscorer. And we did a full... Well, not a full look, but we did a bit of a look at Top Tryscorer in the main body of the show. He's very comfortable in the wing. Their record with Billy Smith is something like 9-4 when he plays and 1-6 when he doesn't play. Now, at some point, that is actually not a fluke. Like, he is actually having influence.
He's a gun.
He is a gun.
That's Smith v. Crichton on that edge as well.
And I think Nafahu White is a key player here because Canterbury, if they can't break even, are in trouble in the forwards. And Nafahu White's the one player with Spencer that could actually bend them back a bit. I've got
Lindsay
Canterbury.
Collins, Crichton, Radley.
I got Canterbury here, but only just. What do you got?
I've got points. It's tricky to work out the line or head-to-head. I don't think there's much in it, as the betting would suggest. But I think we're going to see points. And we've seen points in Roosters games at Allianz this year. 7 from 8 have not only gone over, they have sailed over the total match points number. Average total there of 55.5. And the last month or so, with Matt Burton being joined with Lockie Galvin in the halves, a bit more continuity as a combo, their point scoring has gone from about 22.5, 23, rounds 1 to 19, to 27. I know it's only a small sample, but they can score points down the doggies. And I think for the Chooks to win, they can't get into a grind. I don't think they've got that in their game. They have to win in a bit of a shootout, and I think that's exactly what we're going to get. Which takes me to my flair, actually. I'm going over 42.5. That's about as low as the total that you see in today's footy. And it's dry on Friday. It's going to be a nice day.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
And I'm putting Jacob Kiraz in there with the caveat that Connor Tracy's name is lurking around the reserves list. I think he's going to be back. We're going to see Kiraz go back to the right.
Like where your head's at.
And also Marky Mark. They are, both these sides, heavy skewed right-hand attacking teams as well.
That's a great rationale. Hey, boys, I've never done this live on our show. I've just
Tinder?
backed the Roosters at $41
Have you?
to win the comp.
Wow.
It's all a price play.
Because
It's
you
a
want
price
to get
play.
them to a prelim and then you start to look at...
Correct. I
who
just
are
think
they
like,
playing.
that team is very good.
Yeah, but they've got a tough little run, haven't they? They've got another couple of hard games before.
it's
They've
on
got
the
to
feet.
get to the finals first.
Yeah.
They've got to walk before they can run. I just thought of that.
Yeah, I like that.
Cronulla versus Gold Coast, Saturday, 3 p.m, Shark Park. Cronulla, $1.37. Oh, great news. Fantastic news. I jumped for joy when the NRL ticked off Shark Park as a finals venue. Tremendous.
Hold that thought, Dan. There might be a little segment coming your way.
Oh,
Just hold that thought.
No,
and we can just
you're not going to
stew
be a
on that.
Shark Park
Come on.
hater, are you?
No, let's go to the game
The
first.
puddles that were in there. Did you see there was a paper expose? $1.37, Titans 3.11. I got a sense the Titans put everything into that South Sydney game.
Yeah.
And what's your term? Holiday makers?
Holiday Road, yep.
Jerry Seinfeld language, there was no penetration. That was a scratch on the outside. Titans have lost 6 of their last 7. Cronulla, 10 of their last 11 they've won against the Gold Coast. Home record, the last 4 games they've won by 12 or more. And last week aside, they've actually got a pretty good record against the bottom 9 this year. He would say flat track bullies. I wouldn't use such invective, but
FTB is the acronym.
but they usually do the business against these sort of sides.
Every time we walk away, folks, with a new word for the vernacular, invective is the new one. Now, Holiday Road. What is Holiday Road? The definition of Holiday Road is when you are a team at home hosting a team who's out of the mix when you're in the mix. We've only seen it twice, typically from round 22, we pull the trigger. There were no occasions of this in round 23, so there's a bye there. 60-14, 32-12, they smashed them up. Yes, they have a problem on their right-hand side because obliterated there. Nikora won't be back until the finals.
I'm laughing because what's round 23, Joel? That's like the underpants gnome sketch from South Park. That's a very old reference.
No, well, none hit the
I
criteria.
explained that, didn't I?
But now it should warm up because
Didn't
now...
I explain round 23?
I understand.
Yes.
Now it should, as we get closer
Yes.
to Mad Monday...
Yes, there were no Holiday Road
should
situations
get
last
more
week, but as I said, obliterated on the right-hand side, Jesse Ramian's out.
Yes, yes.
Nicola is out, so they'll want to go left, Shawnee, which I think you'll like.
Yes, and I think Dan will like it, just looking at his flair bet to come. But left wingers against the Titans in the last... Well, we're going to look at 5 weeks. but I'm only really interested in the last 4. This is left wingers versus the Titans. 6 tries in the last 4 games, multiples everywhere. They cash in. For some reason, they cannot defend going that way.
Does this mean the Sportsbet template only has 5 pictures and not 4?
Well, no, we're all about recency, Dan. We're big on
4's more recent than 5.
Didn't need the red cross, did it?
Nah.
No. Anyway.
It helps. I like the honesty.
But I'm looking towards Ronaldo, and I know you are too with your flair.
Yes. Look, I'm taking a stab here because Gold Coast are actually playing some, accountable football. But if the Sharks win, I think they're going to go nuts. So that's why minus 23.5. I'm taking a bit of faith there, but it's daytime footy. Mulatalo. If they're going to win by 23.5, Mulatalo will score. And I think Trindle, look, those halves do love having shots at the try line. Because Nico Hines took so many shots last week against the Dragons, I sense this might be a Braden Trindle game this week.
But why did he? If he had been listening to the quiz, one of the questions was, which player had kicked the most field goals in 2025?
Yes.
And what was the answer to that? Apparently. What was the answer to that?
Braden Trindle.
Braden Trindle.
That's right. Gold Coast, Tino and Mo are back for them.
I'm taking the reins here, Dan, because backed by popular demand. Coal miners correspondence. Let's do this. My DMs were just overflowing with backed by popular demand requests to see this. And it was your expose that you mentioned about Shark Park probably going to get a home final. Probably, yeah, they're going to do it. This was the expose that you're speaking about. Now, Neil Breen, he did not miss in this little piece in the Sydney Morning Herald the other day.
Guess what happened?
But look, hang on, look at that is a corporate box we're looking at. And if you're part of that, I must know, if you're part of that company, is it Growth Landscapes? Yeah. If you're in that corporate box, I must know. Find us on socials. What are you paying for that? I think we're going to foot the bill for it next year.
Something.
Look at the state of it.
That is one of the great positions. I'm not saying the box is any good, but that is one of the great positions.
Yeah, is that on halfway?
Reach out, be close to halfway. You can reach out and touch them. I reckon what's happened with Breeny, who I've done plenty of work with, they would have done a continuous call out there for 2GB. He hasn't been out of the ground for 5 years, and he stepped in a puddle. And that was it. He stepped in a puddle at 10 to 12 and thought, that's it, I'm going to tear this place up.
Can I just say, before we move on from that, sometimes something's so bad it's good, right? When they finish all the refurbishments, which should happen in the next 40 years, they should keep that.
Yeah, it should be
they should keep that and sell it.
I like it.
And I reckon that'll go top dollar.
Yes.
The Cubby House.
Can we do a show, because you two are Shire boys, I will drive down to the Shire.
From the Cubby House.
From the Cubby House.
Yeah.
With, the Shark Park and the apartments in the background. Privately owned ground, by the way. So every time I see the Shark CEO say, can we please have money from the government? Well, can I get, I have a privately owned place. Can I get some money from the government, please, to renovate as well? Is that how it works? Let's go. Brisbane versus, well, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, no, okay. Brisbane versus Dolphins. This feels like, it's not necessarily this way, but it does feel like loser leaves town vibes for this one. Particularly Dolphins. Dolphins have to bounce back. They were terrible against the Roosters. And, the 11-on-11 discussion was a front. It was a cover because that's not the reason they lost that game. Brisbane, our first look at them, the new look Brisbane. Walters at 6, Hunt at 7. At least this is how we think it's going to line up. Corey Pake's in at 9 and Tyson Smoothie plays with Josiah Karapani returning. Geez, your man Jesse Arthur's, Joel. He can't even... Mate, they had 3 blokes out. He still can't get in. They're just rubbing into you now. Ben Hunt back at 7.
Yeah, I mean, it just keeps on compounding for the Dolphins. Felice Kafusi gets rubbed out. He's out, obviously. Now Frank Mullo as well. Their Achilles heel has been their pack, and it just keeps on being hit. Now, Ben Hunt, pretty handy replacement for Adam Reynolds. Look at the stats he put up. This is at the Dragons last year. 30 try assists, ranked first. That's against teams and players that played finals. So he hasn't even got that on his side. And 16 of those were from kicks, ranked first in that department. 17 line break assists, ranked 10th, pretty good. Kicking metres, ranked 1 by an absolute stretch.
Wow.
And he forced 4 dropouts. All in all, very, very handy halfback work.
The best replacement backup you could ever have.
So I don't think that's not the issue. It's and I really struggle to get a gauge in this game, trying to work out the Mam to Billy Walters' impact. It's very, very hard to get a read on, but I'm with the Broncos, I think here, Sugar.
Apart from one game last year, which was basically a similar scenario. In fact, that was even more desperate. Dolphins won. They flogged Brisbane. But apart from that, this has been Brisbane's battle. They've won this 4 out of the 5.
Instalment number 6. Instalment number 6 here. But there have been close games. I'll show you some numbers here as far as this game's concerned. Now, I actually love this as an angle when you're having a bet. Local derbies, you just step up a little bit more. And we saw that last week with the Sharkies. Scoreline was, 22-14?
16 or something,
22-14. So they are typically low-scoring games. They've played 5 times, an average of 38, which is below what you'd often see for the total match points. I'm excited for this. Just on Ben Hunt, Shawnee. So those numbers he spoke about, and wouldn't that be a story too, by the way, where he drops that ball. So this would be on his mind. He dropped that ball in that grand final, where, by the way, most kicks go to that side. Why was the pink boots of Darius Boyd under the pokes in that grand final?
That's another one.
It's a 10-year-old, but come on, the statute of limitations.
But wouldn't it be a story?
10 years ago.
Wouldn't it be a story if Ben Hunt could guide him there?
Yeah.
And I just want to know who the target is. So 7 of these 30 try assists were kicks.
Yes.
Is it Katapani? Is it Mariner? Who's his target?
Probably the big
A
shot
game,
player, I think.
and we've only got 5 minutes to get in the rest of the games. This is a contest where the 3 quarters, the centres in particular, have dominated. But what is your flair?
Well, just further to that, so low points. Under 36.5, $4.60 is the flair.
Very good. South Sydney versus Parramatta is the Saturday night game at Allianz Stadium. I hope the NRL is prepared. I don't think they're going to need it, but I hope they're prepared for Alex Johnston just in case he goes berserk. Latrell Mitchell's feeding him again. They've won 8 of their last 9 against the Eels. Lost their last 3 at Allianz. Parramatta, pretty close to the form team of the bottom 9, you've got to say. And South, I fear for them slightly let down because they put everything into last week's game against Gold Coast.
If he isn't in the race to break the record this year, is Latrell playing fullback, do you think?
If he's not in the race?
Yeah.
Oh, you think...
They are looking for him. They want him to get it this year.
Yeah.
And I think they've plunked Latrell there, just as you said, just feed.
That is proper tin.
What we can't do, we cannot break the record with a Buchanan debut try. We can't break it that way.
No, we won't.
We can't.
That won't happen.
I want you to go to Wayne Bennett's press conference. I'll get you a media pass, and I dare you to put that theory
Can you imagine? Where the Bunnies score tries, we know it's left. Look how much it is left, though. 36 tries they've scored down that side of the field. It's an incredible number.
Wow.
But we know, as you've touched on, Sugar, it's left heavy anyway, but it's way ahead of the NRL average. And I think we're going to see more. He's up against Zach Lomax, Will Penasini on that edge. There's break calls, there's try calls all around them. And there's one of the dishes off to Alex Johnson from Latrell. I think we're going to see plenty more of it, Sugar.
Well, look, this is not it is a coach's corner. But if they are scoring 3 times the amount on the left-hand side, no, I'm being fair dinkum here. They've scored 36 on the left, 12 on the right. Why wouldn't you mark up a man short on the left-hand side if the numbers are so compelling?
I don't know, and I hope they don't do it now. AJ 3 or more.
Wow.
Flair.
So 3 gets him to the record, but not over the record.
He will be tied at the end of this weekend.
Oh, I can see that.
Bring on the Dragons.
Yeah, I can see that too. Yes. Wests Tigers versus... Tip for that game, by the way.
Para.
What about you, Joel? I think South, actually.
Para.
Wests Tigers versus Manly. Allianz again, Sunday, 2 p.m. Joel is on the same page as me here. Sean, what do you want to focus on here? Tigers have great memories of this ground. They thumped the Roosters.
Both these teams, total match points this year. You would probably look at them on face value and go, okay, they're high-scoring teams, but the numbers suggest completely the other way. 11 from 20. Now, it's only 55%. When you dig into the West Tigers as a home team, that number goes through the roof. Manly, 15 from 20. That's a huge number. Now, clearly, they've played each other, so we're double-dipping a touch. Last time they played, 38 points in the game, 28-10. I think we're going to see a lowish scoring game. 46.5 is the total. I can get around the unders there, Sugar.
Well, weather should be a factor there too, and we know what that surface is like when it gets a bit of water on it.
Shawnee shared with me off air about the average winning margin this year is about 14 points.
Yep.
If the Tigers can win the game, which they absolutely can, I think the Tigers. I think they win superiorly in the forward pack.
This is a toss of the coin game.
13 plus.
Yeah, love it, Sugar.
All right. 13 plus. That is the good price. Joel Kane Flair. And as we bring that graphic up, let me point out and correct myself. Roosters were being thumped by the Tigers, but then the Roosters came back. Tigers won. That was their last appearance at Allianz Stadium. Last game of the day, another 4 p.m. Sunday blockbuster, North Queensland Cowboys versus Newcastle. I think people are going to be like me and fall into the trap, perhaps, of thinking the Cowboys, this is going to be their day out, that they might just put on a score, and I can see Sean is already thinking that as well.
Yeah, this is very, very suitable for them. Have beat ordinary, but they were pretty good last weekend in Sydney, back-to-back games in Sydney, get to go back home against a Knights team who can't score. I am threading a very, very fine needle here, but I love it. Look at the price again, $11.50. The Cowboys, 21-30. Good. The Knights, 0-10. The Knights part takes care of itself. We know they can't score, but they can defend. Knights on the road this year. Total match points about 34.
Yeah, but they're not attacking against themselves. They're attacking against the Cowboys. But I like it. 11.50 is juicy. Cowboys to win that one?
Yes.
Okay. What about this stat? They've never won at that stadium, Newcastle, and they haven't won in Townsville since 2015.
Have they not?
So there you go.
Stat that matters, sure.
Yes.
There's contractually obliged video that pops up every week on the Sportsbet socials. Yeah, haven't won there in 10 years. Best bets coming up right after this. Get them onside. Don't forget we're on Sunday night here on Fox, but also on the feed, on the audio apps and KO and YouTube all over the place. But 8:55 on Fox League. I can't guarantee contractually that we're going to have a good weekend, but we're going to have a good weekend because we've got these as our best bets. Joel Kane.
Bryce Gibbs would say back in the day, 2 words, outstanding. I'm saying 3 words, up the wires.
Oh, what a Friday night. Fox League, up the wires, -5.5, into a try-fest at Allianz. 55.5 points, the average Chooks games at Allianz. Dogs attack, starting to hum.
That's beautiful. You know, an overs bet. Betting Newcastle last week, 0 points first half. Miserable way to bet. I never learn. Sharks -9.5. I'm hoping they put on a score on Saturday afternoon against Gold Coast.
I'm going to take one for the team, boys. This is going on the feed. Our multi, it's time. Yeah. We are ready. I love this one. It's on the feed right now.
You need to officially, I do declare.
I do declare.
I do declare. We'll see you on Sunday night. Get them onside. You can get the extended version of what you've just seen on the KO and YouTube platforms and plus our audio. See you soon.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.